Out of Nevada, a tragic one at that. A big rig semi making a long haul through the Nevada desert ran a crossing and T-boned an Amtrak passenger train this afternoon, carrying nearly 220 people, killing at least 2 and injuring more than 100. With the details, here's ABC's Lisa Stark.
She's out there. Tell her to hang and jump.
For passengers on the train, it was a jarring jolt, then smoke and fire, panic and chaos after Amtrak's California Zephyr was struck by a tractor trailer. Those on board, nearly 220 passengers and crew, scrambled to get out of the train, worried about an explosion, about the fire spreading.
Well, I was just sitting there, riding the train, looking out the window, and next thing I know, get hit by something, a big ball of fire comes in, jump out the window.
You jumped out the window?
Yes, I was on fire.
Jim Bickley was traveling with his wife, a few cars behind the one that was hit. He felt the impact.
There was a lot of smoke, so we decided to stick our head out one of the doors and saw that the train was on fire. I'm getting out of here.
The Amtrak train may have been traveling nearly 80 miles an hour as it came barreling through the intersection, but local officials say the railroad crossing gates were working to hold back traffic. So it is unclear how or why the gravel truck smashed into the side of the fourth rail car.
We were driving along on the train, and apparently a truck decided it was going to run the stop out in the middle of the desert, nothing around here for miles, and hit the side of the Amtrak car, and it was a coach car with people in it. 2
of the rail cars caught fire as passerbys on the highway stopped to help. Local and state police, fire and rescue rushed to the scene. So did the military. Nearby Naval Air Station Fallon sent helicopters to help evacuate the injured.
It was like a bomb exploded over a war zone. It was crazy. It was crazy. Bloody people everywhere.
I did see a lady carried out in a blanket. People were using it like a stretcher and yelling for medics, that kind of stuff.
140 on board suffered minor injuries. 40 were taken to local hospitals for treatment. Those who walked away from the wreckage could hardly believe their eyes.
We're all standing in the desert like a bunch of jackrabbits, just all standing here, scattered about in a 100-yard radius. Everybody's just kind of unbelievable kind of a feeling.
Tonight, even more than 8 hours after the wreck, officials still having trouble getting into the smoldering rail cars to check for any more survivors or victims.
Fortunately, with the fires in the train still and the flare-ups, we have not gained access into the train yet to make sure that we've got everybody out.
Collisions at rail crossings are not uncommon. Safety groups estimate that a train in the U.S. collides with a person or vehicle nearly every 3 hours. In 2008 in Illinois, police say a drunk driver stopped on the tracks. Passers-by pulled him out just in time as a commuter train rammed into his empty car. And in 2009, another driver, clearly not paying attention, runs right into the side of a slow-moving train at a North Carolina railroad show. Last year, there were more than 2,000 collisions between vehicles and trains at railroad crossings. It's not always the driver's fault. Sometimes signals don't work. Either way, it is frightening and dangerous.
Just still in shock. So when you get on a train, you don't think it's gonna crash.
For Nightline, I'm Lisa Stark in Washington.